Coming into the harbor of Kastos on the island of Kastos. And not a lot here according to the guide, although there's a windmill restaurant and a couple tavernas and a key to tie to, but I think we're probably going to try anchoring out here just to make it easier on Theo as well. And I know you can take stern lines ashore somewhere as well, but we've been doing that for the last 3 days, so a nice little spot, and it's really calm today, so this looks very appealing. But I am sure we are going to try something on shore for a meal, because we've been sort of in remote locations for the last 3 nights, and it would be nice to have a meal ashore. Very calm day. This is the mainland of Greece over there, and this little island of Kastos, and a fairly low line. There's an island west of here called Kalamos that causes some amount of catabatic winds in this area, and so that was the one comment that caught our attention. And so you have to watch out for catabatic winds off of Kalamos that sweep over to here, but I think we're okay with that, and we otherwise have a very calm day.
Hi, I'm Karen, and my husband is Tom. Welcome to Life4.0, where we share our experiences of living aboard Sea Rose, our 44-foot sailboat, while we travel together to new and exciting destinations. There is only one go at this thing called life. Make the most of it. Here's the tiny inner harbor at Kastos, full of local boats. Though Kastos is quite close to the Greek mainland, it is still an island and must be supplied with everything they need by ferry. This boat here is the supply line for this island community, and each day when it arrives, the residents and business owners meet it to claim their goods. It isn't much to look at, but I'm sure it holds a special spot in the hearts of these islanders. With goods in hand, people head back to their homes or work. A walk up the nearby hillside affords cooling breezes and a view of our anchorage.
We're here at the Windmill Restaurant on Kastos. Drink menus with a view. And how many boats can we count down here? We got 5 now.
Yeah, I'm glad we came up here.
Yeah.
You know, another night we can go to one with Carmela. Ah, hello.
Hello again.
We found the mini market.
Yeah.
Alright, we left the town of Kastos back down there. We're going along the northern part of the island here, and I really love all of these layers that are exposed. The soil up above, olive trees and such, you wouldn't really know that lurking underneath were all these amazing twists and turns and tightly packed layers, and then a little cove like this opening up and more layers. Theo and I went for a run along part of the road here, but it was, even though it was along the shore, it was up and down a lot. We got pretty beat, but it felt good. So yeah, so just really picturesque here. It's a calm morning. We're gonna go around Kastos, the northern tip of it, and then go over to Kalamos, to a larger town there, to see if we can get some stuff to make for dinner tonight, and then maybe sneak away to a little more private cove area for some swimming and such. But it's great day here, very calm, but like all the other days, I'm sure the wind will come up in the afternoon, so it's always a debate about whether you head out in the morning, like, you know, you want to get going and discover, and but the wind's not always up. But then if you wait in the harbor for the afternoon to come, you'll have some great sailing, with the trade-off that you may not get your best anchorage option wherever you're going because other people have left earlier. So a little trade-off there. And these people got a sweet little cove all to themselves, with again lots of sedimentary layers there. And another boat up ahead here. The great spot. So this is like getting into the second week in September, and we were thinking that the boating traffic would ease a bit, but still there's quite a few boats out. And then up ahead here is the mainland of Greece. Not a lot of development, at least along this area. We saw some lights on shore last night, and it was hard to tell actually if it was actually on shore or whether there might have been fishermen out last night. And there's Theo, plugging along right next to us. Ruins of a couple of windmills, and over on this point where that church is the remains of a town that was abandoned after the 1955 earthquake. Something like that is the name of the town. So we're going to find a place to anchor here. And I'm sure we'll explore the remains of the town. You can see the dirt road that leads up the hillside and down to the next town down there on Kalamos.
I never tire of these putt-putt little fishing boats with the old Greek fishermen. This is the abandoned town. We had hoped for a bit more of an explanation as to the extent of the damage that required a whole town to just start over. But there are so many old and even ancient sites in Greece that I'm sure they need to prioritize where they put in their efforts. Notice the quintessential olive tree grove climbing up the hillside. Greece, through and through. The church on the hilltop is beautifully maintained, and some of the old buildings seem to have been converted into nice villas, so it's a lovely spot. Look at what Theo picked up when he tried to anchor as we came back to the northeast shore of Kastos.
Okay, we are anchored in Kastos. This is sort of our second time on the island. We went across to Kalamos last night, and we had enjoyed the view on Kastos so much that we came back. We're at a little harbor. I have no idea if it even has a name, but it's north of the Kastos town that we were anchored at last time. And I just wanted to show you the so as the sun sets, sun starts to set, I should say, you get this really great sort of pinkish purplish hue on these mountains to the east of us, and I love the contrast of that pink color with the blue on the water. Really nice. It's kind of neat to see that there's not a lot of development over there. There's a road cut through there, and I think a couple homes, but just great views. You don't always, it's kind of rare that you get a view that is of an undeveloped land that's this expansive. And then our little cove that we're at here, we checked this out earlier. Kind of fun snorkeling around all those layers of rock twisting and turning, and some great layering going on over there. other flotsam and stuff, a big orange mooring buoy, kind of big ship buoy there. We saw 2 of those last night at the anchorage we were at as well. So great spot here. We've got a neighbor here, a couple that are from Vancouver but are actually New Zealanders. And then a big honkin' boat there from Spain, and Theo's boat there as well. So anyway, great view here with the sun setting in the sky behind us. And this is the lovely kind of inland sea of the Ionian.
A white pebble beach makes a stunning backdrop to this amazing watercolor. And goats on the beach, a frequent sight.
Alright, I was asked by the skipper to do a little recording because we're actually sailing today as opposed to motoring.
Yes.
Theo's behind us getting ready to set his sails. So
Yeah, we should be able to do this. We're going to try to do it in just 3 tacks. We have to get around the point of this island. We're a little close hauled here, but we have plenty of wind to keep us moving. So we're going to go a tack up here, tack to the right, and then hit starboard, and then we're going to try to make it around the point of this island, which is Kalamos.
Kalamos. Cool.
Maybe spend the night on the mainland tonight. We'll see.
And there's Kalamos there with a point to land that we're going to go around. We may need to do a little tack, as Karen was mentioning. But this is kind of nice. What we're seeing is kind of a northeast wind in the mornings coming over from the land over there. And then it slowly switches to northwest and blows stronger in the afternoon. We're taking advantage of that little northeast wind before it dies. Yesterday we had a little bit of sailing, and then it just completely died on us. And then we dealt with the sort of little bits of aftermath of that. But we're in the Ionian, the kind of the inland sea, what they call part of the Ionian, and it tends to be kind of light winds here. And when the winds do come up, it's out of the northwest. But we don't see this forecasted too much where the wind comes out of the northeast, so we're taking advantage of that to make some progress in the direction we need to go in. There's a boat tacking across in front of you up there too.
Okay.
Towing a dinghy.
Is it close?
No, it's a little, they're gonna be across your bow, I think.
Okay.
All right, the skipper's crushing it. 10, 12 knots of wind, 6+ knots of boat speed.
Yeah.
Doing well. We're blowing by this ML50 way down there. He might be in a little lull of wind. But hats off to the skipper.
Yeah, it's fluky wind though. You pretty much have to stay right on it. You know, it changes 30 degrees in every few seconds. So basically just steering to a close hauled wind angle about 35 degrees off our port.
All right. Here we are. We've got 10 knots of wind, 6.5 knots of boat speed. Good stuff. Good stuff, skipper.
Thank you.
We might just make it upwind. So this is all the mainland up there, and this is the tip of Kalamos, the sort of northeast tip of the island, and we're going to go around that tip and to the left. Well, actually you might be able to see the town right here from here, but Mitikos is the town we're aiming for. We have a couple alternatives if that doesn't work out. Not a long sail today, but it's been awesome to be this sailing period. You can see the winds, the puffs of wind coming. There's like sort of a calmer area here and a little bit darker area in the water there, so we got a little more wind coming, and often when the wind gets stronger, it can be a lift for you, steer up higher up on the wind. And we are having fun.
And fluky again.
Back to flukies. So we got some other sailboats out here. Everybody's kind of sailing in a different direction.
Theo's leaned way over.
Whoa, he is.
I know.
Hold on to that ice maker. Tie down the coffee maker. race is on. You're not competitive, are you?
No, I'm not competitive.
We want the best for Theo.
We do. We want the best for all sailors. Shortly, we were tied to one of two spots that had luckily just opened up on the town quay of this small harbor. This kind of underwater hazard is an example of why we are reluctant to approach a new harbor in the dark.
There you go.
Wow.
Nope, this one. Next one.
From the very outside.
Right? Yeah, there you go.
And one of our favorite aspects of cruising, the people. We met a lovely Swedish couple that we spent the afternoon and evening with. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to our channel and click on the bell to get notified of new videos. Join us next time as we explore Meganisi, the craggy, oddly shaped island that has great snorkeling and a very sweet hilltop town. And then Lefkada, where we take a scooter tour of the island and learn of the rapidly approaching huge storm system.
So we're making a little dash up to Preveza to avoid Mitikos, what they call here. It's like a hurricane for the Mediterranean.
Thanks for watching.